So we already have the expert here to explain more about today's session. Let me present to you all our instructor for today, Miss Melissa Senduk.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. And we're going to cook summer rolls. So I hope everybody is ready with its ingredients. So I quickly want to go over to the topic and explaining a little bit about mindful eating. Mindfulness is bringing your awareness into the present moment. So mindful eating will be then the art of being present or aware while you are eating and drinking. I want to share with you 10 simple tips to eat a little bit more mindful before we get into the cooking. So tip number 1 would be to pick a smaller plate, because we tend to feel more satisfied when our plate is full, when we have a full plate in front of us. So you can imagine, the bigger the plate, the more you will eat. But if you pick a smaller plate and that smaller plate is filled with food, you will automatically eat a little bit less as well. So number 2 of mindful eating tip was to sit down and to properly eat without your phone, without any gadgets, no distractions, no TV, but just you and your food. Okay, tip number 3 would be to practice gratitude. So if you can pay some gratitude or say a little prayer for the food in front of you or for the people who prepare your food, it's a wonderful practice within mindful eating as well. Number 4 would be to reflect on how you feel before you eat. Why am I eating? Is it hunger, or is it pure cravings, or am I a stress eater at this moment? So this way, if you ask yourself these questions, you will be more in tune with your body and with your mind. Number 5 would be to chew. I cannot stress this fact. Chew, chew, chew. And you know how many times I would say 30 to 40 chews per mouthful. You will absorb the nutrition even better when you chew better and longer. Tip number 6 would be to put your fork or your spoon down between each bite. What does it mean? It means that if you get your spoon, you eat your food from the spoon, don't immediately, while you're chewing, spoon another mouthful. I want you to put it down. Tip number 7 for mindful eating would be to quit counting calories, count nutrients instead. So I will share with you a little tip for the next time you are making a plate. So I have a plate here. Half of your plate, fill that with non-starchy vegetables, such as kangkung, kale, paprika, zucchini, broccoli. These are all like leafy greens and non-starchy vegetables. A quarter of your plate with protein, and another quarter with whole grains, such as nasi merah, ubi kentan, and whole wheat pasta. Those are all great options. So if you just eat that way, then you will always have a very satisfying meal with vegetables, with protein, and with whole grains. So protein could be, if you're eating meat, it could be the chicken and the eggs and all the meat and the fish. But for me, as I'm a plant-based eater, I would choose tempeh, tofu, tahu, beans, legumes, lentils, kacang-kacang. These are all wonderful and very good options for protein when you are eating a vegan or plant-based diet. And tip number 8 is very interesting, and this is backed by science. Your brain needs 15 minutes to signal to you that you are actually full or that you are still hungry. So when you eat slower, 15 minutes, you take your time, I promise you, you will not need a second serving or a second scoop of your food, but you have to eat slower, you have to eat more mindful. Number 9, which is also very important, is to remove all the negative thoughts, because we label food as good or bad, right? Like junk food is bad and fruits are good, and we've learned from diet culture about healthy food, unhealthy foods. But I want you to, clear that all out, because food is neutral and it's here to fuel your body, Just as one tip is to remove all the negative thoughts you have around food in order to heal your relationship with food. And at last, positive affirmation. Before you have a meal, you tell yourself that your body can digest all this food, whether that is a salad or a banh mi. So positive affirmations could be saying to yourself that this food in front of you, and such as today, the summer rolls today, they will energize you and they will nourish you.